Can you hear me, everybody? No. Yes. I'm going to give me a little history lesson that has become synonymous with protesting of recent times. I want to just also update you on what's happened since we were in Galway. As you know, we stopped the auction, and the young man with 5 kids who has also a special needs child got his house back for the offer that he bid the night before the auction. Hey! Hey! Quite the auctioneer going and taking an offer the following day for 68,000, he said, from travellers that he was going to put into the house. The bank, when they were told that we'd put 68 travellers into the reception desk in Dublin, changed their mind and accepted the offer from the night before.
Nothing wrong with travellers.
Anyway, I'm going to read
if the bank get the way, we'll all be travellers.
Exactly.
When a man takes a farm from which another has been evicted, you must shun him in the street and shun him. Oh, yes, back. And when you meet him, you should shun him on the street of the town. You must shun him in the shop. You must shun him in the fair green and in the marketplace. And even in his place of worship. By leaving him alone, putting him in a moral coventry. By isolating him from the rest of his country as if he was a leper of old.
Yeah, there's 2 lepers over there.
You should show your disdain for the crime he has committed. That's what Charles Stuart Parnell said in 1880, speaking in Ennis. And this is what the people of Ireland have got to do now to defend themselves against banks, receivers who in most cases are not properly appointed, and the judiciary are supporting them and shoring them up so they can collect bigger fees. The people of Ireland need now to stand up.
Yes!
We have situations where most of the receivers' documents are not being sealed properly. There was a case in the High Court yesterday where we brought this to a judge's attention, and we now have got to wait till the 11th of September to see what he's going to do about it. So basically, all of these receivers are illegal. The loans the banks have are illegal. They are trying to collect in money that they give out without proper legal authority in a lot of instances, and now they want people to pay back money that they are not entitled to collect. The taxpayer has shored up a lot of these banks, and we as taxpayers and the business people and the people who created the employment in this country are now being made an example of by these banks and receivers, and it's time that we took a stand. What's most interesting is that there's no Garda presence here, despite the Garda helicopter being down in the Curragh. And I think that sends a signal that the Gardaí are in a position where they do not know the legal position, and it's time that the situation is that most banks are not legally and lawfully entitled to collect loans that they gave out and hyped up the property market and left everybody in the position they're in, and we're all being held accountable, and the bankers are walking off with their pensions the same as the politicians. Hooray! What we've seen today here is over 200 people come here to show the authorities that we're not going to sit back and we're not going to allow them to get fat with their receivers, with their lawyers, down in the forecourts where the problem is all now centering on. And the message needs to be sent loud and clear that we are not going to allow this kind of carry on, and we're not going to allow the sale of these kind of farms if this is what's going to happen.
Hooray!
The bankers have not lost their jobs, but most of the people here and the self-employed people in this country have lost their entitlement to earn their living. And the bankers are now being protected by the state, by the government and the authorities, and it's time that people stood up. I also want to mention Allstops. It's become quite clear that the Shelbourne Hotel will not allow any further auctions. Is going to have to move to the RDS because the rumour is they want to hold the auctions in the RDS. So basically we're sending a clear message to the RDS that are they going to stand over and see Irish farms being sold in a place that farmers would regard as hollow ground. The RDS is belong to the people and not belong to the Royal Dublin Society, and they need to take note. As far as this organisation is concerned, there will be no auctions in the RDS, and we're sending that message loud and clear here today. Anyway, what we have seen today will most likely end up being played out down in the courts. So let's see the bankers produce all of their lawful and legal entitlements and proceed from here on. Again, I'm going to finish up, and I'm just saying that it's most surprising that no Gardaí are here. I think that in itself sends a signal.
Brilliant.
Thank you.